I know all of you guys have had the same problem as me. Sometimes I just can't make a good melody. But recently I started making a lot better melodies and getting some small placements here and there. So today, because of Tristan, who sent me a DM on IG with this video idea, I'm gonna show you guys how I make samples that I send out to bigger producers and how I make samples for my sample libraries. So basically, I'm just gonna show you guys which effects I use, which plugins I use, what I do with the melodies. So yeah, let's get into the video. So the first thing I start with when I make a melody is to find a key I want to use. So for this one we're going to use A minor scale, harmonic minor. I usually start playing with my keys, but I don't have a keyboard, so I'm just going to freestyle this with the notes. So after playing around with the melodies a bit, this was what I came up with. So basically what I did was that I came up with this sequence first, as you saw me do. And I duplicated it over, and then I tried to redo it again. And instead of having the D play here, I switched it to an E. And to make the piano feel more live, like it's someone playing the piano, just put these notes. So it is more interesting and gives more character to the melody. And also I usually put bass notes like A here and stuff like that, but I want to put on a real bass. So let's go find a real sounding bass in Philharmonik or Omnisphere. So for the bass I'm going to use LA Custom Dark Score. It's a really good bass. So for the bass I'm just going to follow the root notes of the melody and just try to hear if that sounds good. Put that over, and I'm going to take that an octave lower. Yeah, that sounds really good. I really like that. So the next thing I want to do is to make the piano stand out more, because now it is kind of like, it isn't the highest pitch piano, so basically just going to duplicate the piano and make it more high end. So to make the piano sound higher, I found this LA Custom. To make the piano feel higher pitched, I went with hard piano inside the Keyscape folder. Really good piano. And I basically just duplicated the melody inside here and made some small variations. Take these notes, for example, a bit down. I also dragged some notes out of place to make the piano feel more lively, like someone is playing it. So yeah, that's basically all for that. And the melody sounds like this now. Without the piano and the dark score, it sounds like this. So the melody sounds really full right now, but to make it more interesting, I want to add a guitar or something that makes the melody more dynamic. So inside a plugin called Philharmonik, I found a classical guitar that I really like. Yeah, it sounds really realistic and has a lot of real elements to the guitar. So with this guitar, I'm just trying to complement the melody, add some more layers to it, and try to basically complement the melody as much as I can. So yeah. want to use triplets for this roll. That's fire. That's fire. And for the other side, I want to make the melody again switch up. So for this one, I'm just gonna do one here. So we go with the same flow as this one, but switch it up slightly. And something like this. Because if you do the same roll that is here, it's gonna sound really weird because we have another roll with a piano right here. So just gonna complement the melody again. So we have 4 melodies right now to switch between, but I want to add another melody to make the sample feel more lively. So the next thing I did was that I found this Philharmonik harpsichord. Sounds like this. So we're trying to layer that with the rest of the melodies and come up with something cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the 6th octave for this one. And with this one I want to make it more bouncy. Yeah, something like that. That sounds really good. And I'm just gonna duplicate this over and add some slight variation to the end. So the E is split at the top of the chord, so that's gonna sound good no matter what. So right now we're done with the melodies, and the first thing I do when I'm done with the melody is to always put on effects, because when you want to make a good sample that sticks out, you have to put on enough effects that the melody sounds sample quality, or like to make them stick out and to complement each other more. So the piano sounds like this without the effects. And with the effects it sounds like this. As you can hear, I took away a lot of the high end because we have the bright piano, which is this one, which is going to complement that. And for the bass itself is really good, so I didn't have to do anything. So I tried to put on a multiband compressor, which sounds like this. But I feel like it doesn't really need that, so I just put it like this. So with the first piano it sounds like this. And for the bright piano, I put on this EQ, so basically take away some of the middle frequencies and boost the high ends. And I also put on this chorus. I took it slightly off because if you have high end stuff with the chorus on, it's gonna sound too wobbly. So basically took away that. And at the end, I delayed to make the top end have more ambient. So without the effects, it sounds like this. And with the effects, it sounds like this. It is really like an older feel to it, like a retro feel. That's basically what I wanted to accomplish. And the bright melody with everything else sounds like this. And for the guitar, I basically EQ'd out the very mid frequencies and EQ'd up the high end a bit. And I also put on a fruity delay on ping pong and norm. So without the effects, it sounds like this. With the effects, it sounds like this. And with the rest of the melodies. Yeah. And the last melody, which is the harpsichord, I basically put on a chorus again. Reduce that a bit. Put on a delay. And for the harpsichord, I also put on a guitar rig. I don't usually use guitar rig for anything other than guitars, of course. But I really like the sound of this guitar with the 3D mangler on it. So without the effects, the harpist chord sounds like this. Very bouncy pattern. And with the effect, it sounds like this. So if we put every melody together, the whole melody sounds like this. That's basically what I do with the melodies themselves. So right now we're just gonna render out the melody, put some additional effects on it, maybe pitch them up, down, something like that. So as you can see, I rendered out two parts of the melody. One where everything is playing, and one where I took out some melodies to basically give the sample more playroom. And I pitched down the melodies by 100 cents, and I put on these effects. So the first thing I put on was a 3D chorus. I usually don't use chorus as much as I do with this one, but I felt like chorus was the perfect vibe for this sample. After that, I put on a vinyl. I tried to put on an RC20, but I didn't feel the detune on RC20 was the best for this sample. And at the end, I put on a slight EQ to take away some of the high end and also some of the low end. And at last, put on a delay. And with the effects, the melody sounds like this. So that's pretty much everything for this video. If you guys enjoyed the video or got any type of inspiration from it, please leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. And if there's anything you want to see next, maybe a tutorial about drums, mastering, mixing, everything like that, leave a comment down below. Thank you guys for watching, and for the outro I'm gonna play through my new sample library that just dropped. So yeah, peace.